Sebastian Vettel could be returning to Formula 1, or at least that's what the rumors are suggesting. Guys, welcome back to Racing Direct, and of course I have to jump into this very quickly because there are some pretty intriguing rumors circulating amongst the paddock concerning the silly season for 2025. Of course, we know there are many contracts expiring at the end of 2024. That means there's a lot of vacant seats open for 2025, and one of the big hot seats that everyone is fighting for is obviously the second seat at Mercedes to pair with George Russell. Now, obviously, there are tons of names who are linked to that open seat at Mercedes, from the likes of Alex Albon, Esteban Ocon, even Max Verstappen in recent times, if you can believe that with all the drama going on at Red Bull. But now a new candidate has emerged that is even crazier than Verstappen, and that is Sebastian Vettel. Now, obviously, that name should need no introduction. One of the most successful Formula 1 drivers of all time, 4 consecutive championships between 2010 and 2013 with Red Bull. He's an absolute legend with the sport. It was definitely sad to see him go, but it looks like his days in Formula 1 might not be over just yet. There were some rumors floating around the press that Vettel had already been in talks with Toto Wolff about that potential seat and potentially returning to Formula 1, and now it has actually been confirmed from Sebastian Vettel and Toto Wolff themselves that yes, they have been in talks with each other over a potential drive in 2025. Now, Toto Wolff was obviously asked about these rumors in Japan, of course, during the press conferences and the interviews. Obviously, it is big news when a name like Sebastian Vettel is linked to your team, so of course the press was all over him, and he basically stated, hey, this is Sebastian Vettel we're talking about. You can never rule out a guy of his caliber. Doesn't matter if he's been out of the sport for a couple years, maybe a reset is always good. I mean, look at Fernando Alonso right now. Retired initially after finishing his career with McLaren, and then jumped back in with Alpine. Now he's with Aston Martin, and we know the wily old fox is just not slowing down, aging like a fine wine. And who knows, maybe this could have the same effect for Vettel. Take a couple of years away from the sport, then come back and potentially be even stronger than you were when you first left. Even Lewis Hamilton was asked about the rumors. Of course he was. I mean, this is his seat after all that he is leaving vacant. Of course he was interested in who's going to take it, and obviously we all know that Vettel and Hamilton were very close. Yes, there were bitter rivals during some of their championships fights, but obviously we know they are great friends, very close with each other. Hamilton did say that Vettel would be an amazing fit at Mercedes. He thinks he would do great there, pair with George Russell. So the cards are on the table. It's definitely a real possibility. We actually could see Sebastian Vettel return to Formula 1, and it would actually be in a competitive car, which is obviously very cool. We all know how fun it is to watch Fernando Alonso competing for podiums in the Aston Martin. So we could see the same thing with the Vettel and the Mercedes next year. That would just be so cool for the sport. Now, obviously, we do need to look and see if this would even make any sense for Mercedes in their current position. To bring in a veteran driver like Vettel, yes, with all of his championship pedigree, is always very good. However, they could be looking for a more youthful driver pair, and they already have George Russell, who will probably be the #1 driver within the team next year after Hamilton is gone. But it's a bit of a mystery if they want to go with an experienced second driver or more of another up-and-coming talent to pair with George Russell. Now, when you take into consideration that Andrea Kimi Antonelli is coming up through the ranks very quickly, could even be in Formula 1 as early as next season, he'll more than likely end up with a Mercedes seat at some point in his career. It's just a matter of time. Maybe it honestly makes sense to put Vettel in that car right now, rather than putting in another potential long-term driver and then having to decide between Russell and that second long-term driver who is going to get the boot in favor of Antonelli. Because let's be honest, Antonelli is imminent at this point. He is coming to Formula 1, and he will be in the Mercedes at some point in the near future. So honestly, when I first heard these Vettel rumors, I was a bit skeptical. I was wondering, why on earth would they really want to bring him back in this current state? If they want to go for championships, yes, it'll be really cool, but can Vettel still keep up? We don't really know. We have to see him in an F1 car for a couple of years. Of course, I did make that point earlier that yes, he can come back stronger after a couple of years away, but you just don't really know. And is Mercedes willing to take that gamble? Well, when you take the Antonelli factor into consideration, I think this could honestly be a very good call to put Vettel in that car. Give him a couple years to help develop it, work with Russell, make sure the car is still competitive, and it could set things up perfectly for when Antonelli comes into the team. If someone with the experience and the knowledge of Vettel is in there developing that car, still being competitive, and setting things up for a potential future world champion to take over the reins once he retires for the second time around. So yeah, when you take that theory into consideration, I honestly think this could be a pretty good move, and it's starting to make a lot more sense to me. And I'm actually starting to think that, oh my goodness, yes, we could really see Sebastian Vettel back in Formula 1 with the Mercedes in 2025. Because my initial thoughts on that vacant Mercedes seat that is likely going to go to Alex Albon, but now I'm starting to think, you know what, this Vettel scenario actually makes makes a ton of sense, especially if they're planning long-term for the future with Antonelli. I think this could actually work out perfectly. Of course, yes, these are still just rumors. Nothing is set in stone. We are far from it, but the possibility of Vettel returning is definitely there. Now, just in recent times too, he was testing the Porsche 963 hypercar for a potential entry into the 24 Hours of Le Mans. That would be awesome too. And if you aren't keeping up with the WEC this season, it's fantastic. You really should check it out. Imola is coming up very soon. Definitely get on board the hypercar and the sports car train because it's totally epic, and you could see Sebastian Vettel running at Le Mans as early as this year. And honestly, that would be a perfect way to get back into race form and maybe set himself up for this Mercedes role in the future. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this crazy new rumor that's emerging from the F1 paddock. Do you think we will actually see Sebastian Vettel back in Formula 1 in 2025 driving for Mercedes? Do you think he'd be a good fit for that team in their current state? Give me your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, I encourage you to hit subscribe, like, and share these videos. It really helps. Thanks as always, guys. See you next time.